Today we're covering the top 5 herbal antifungal medicines that I'll use all the time in the Byron Herbalist Clinic whenever we're tackling a candida overgrowth. Now remember, this is education only. These are strong herbal medicines. Work with a skilled practitioner, a herbalist, a naturopath, a functional doctor, holistic doctor, whatever it is, someone who knows the ropes, someone who's been there before. The biggest piece that I've found is that when we're actually targeting and hitting a significant fungal overgrowth on the head, if the herbs are active against candida and it's significant for you, I found the die-off symptoms can be quite severe. So go low, go slow. So number 1 is Horopedo. This is top of the pile. This is the most effective, strongest antifungal, anti-candida herbal medicine. I've done a whole video on Horopedo a while ago and nothing's changed. A lot of my patients, they know they have candida. They've been looking for different solutions. They've done candida cleanses on the internet. They've worked with different practitioners. When I recommend Horopedo, we generally start to see significant improvements quickly. It is very, very strong. This herb is hot, it's peppery, it stimulates blood flow, and it is definitely a must for an anti-candida approach in the clinic. Number 2 would be oregano, and we have our choice here between oregano leaf and oregano oil. Normally I'll start patients off with oregano leaf. We'll be recommending a herbal tincture where we can get the Horopedo and we can get the oregano leaf and a bunch of the other ones we'll talk about today. If we want a strong intervention, if they've failed other approaches, if they really want momentum quickly, I have no problem with oregano oil. Short, sharp, get that momentum, get them feeling better, and then pulling them back to an oregano leaf in the tincture. No problem with that at all. And again, like the Horopedo, I've done a video where we've done a deep dive on oregano and its use in SIBO. So you can learn a lot about how this herb, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic, doing a whole bunch of good things on the digestive tract. So again, much like Horopedo, this is hot, very peppery, it's potent, it can be hard to take. You can get some significant die-offs with oregano leaf and oregano oil especially. Number 3 would be clove. I love clove as long as it's tolerated. That's really the big caveat. It is a potent herbal medicine. It is a potent flavor. It's very pungent. Again, you're going to be tasting all of the herbs when you take it in these herbal medicines. It's kind of part of their charm and part of their drawback. So definitely brace yourself. Tried to make them taste good. I can't do it. It's not possible. And much like oregano, clove is antibacterial. It's antiparasitic. And really what we're talking about here is the antifungal component. And again, a lot like oregano, it comes down to those essential oil components, those constituents. And in clove, we've got eugenol, which is just so well studied. Not only is it antifungal, but it can also target the fungal biofilms, those candida biofilms that make treatment resistance a real thing with some cases. Number 4 would be galangal, and again, this might be a herb that you might not be so familiar with, similar to Horopedo. It's a close cousin to ginger, and you might have come across it if you've done any travel through Southeast Asia. You know, it's pretty popular in their soups, and it gives it that spice, kind of gingery flavored root that we're using here with galangal. So because we're talking about antifungal herbs, galangal is a potent antifungal. It has become a must for my antifungal tinctures for most patients. Again, as long as you can tolerate it. The number 1 feedback here, because it's so spicy, can kind of, a little bit of agitation in the throat, raspy throat. It's very heating. People kind of sweat a little bit more, stimulates their blood flow, circulatory stimulant as well. So it's kind of just getting things moving through the body, helping the body to detoxify as well. If you're already running on the hot side, it's probably not the right herbal medicine for you. That would be more of the kind of energetics and your kind of, constitution. That's important to take into account. Not all herbs are tolerated by everyone. And also galangal, it's a potent antibacterial, I wouldn't be turning to this one on its own, not a strong kind of leader on that antibacterial tincture, but it's a good one to kind of add in because you're also getting this huge benefit of an antioxidant. It is a potent antioxidant, can really kind of quench that oxidative stress. A little bit of galangal in the mix, and I won't use much. I mean, that's a 5-week bottle, maybe 6 weeks if you're taking it slow. You might put 50 ml, maybe 80 ml of a 1-in-2 tincture, meaning it would be between 25 and 40 grams of galangal over that 4 to 6 week mark. Galangal's got a few more things going for it. We've got some studies showing it can inhibit tumor cell proliferation, and it also has some anti-allergy actions as well, and it can really inhibit the release of IgE. So there's a lot of patients that are dealing with candida overgrowth, and it's flaring their histamine symptoms, and it's damaging their gut lining. And they're dealing with a lot of these kind of allergies, whether that's kind of headaches or clogged sinuses or sore lymph nodes, runny nose, whatever that is. Galangal can be a really big piece just to kind of address that at the root cause, inhibiting the release of IgE, which is this major mast cell stimulator. It's kind of like the doorbell to degranulate these mast cells and liberate all these histamines and cause all these symptoms downstream. Number 5, this could be my favorite herb. I know I've said that before about different herbs. It's definitely top 5. It would be pomegranate husk. This is, again, top of the top for me for so many different things. It is potently antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's antiparasitic. It's full of these tannins and these polyphenols that can help to tone the digestive tract. So if there's loose watery bowel movements, if you're dealing with diarrhea and you have a candida overgrowth, pomegranate at decent doses can get a lot of those patients I see better. And the really big kind of caveat there is because it's so astringent and toning, if you are the fungal patient, the candida patient that's constipated, which happens, pomegranate husk can actually make that worse, which again really reinforces why this is all just education. What I'm talking about now, you gotta work with a skilled practitioner that will be able to choose these herbs specifically for you. So I've got the top 5 herbs that I'd use for fungal overgrowth like candida. And if you're curious where I would be starting to suspect candida overgrowth, I've also got the top 5 symptoms for candida that you can check out here.